Hello, welcome to another C# game tutorial, my 8th perhaps maybe. Anyway, I was suggested that I show you how to make a menu for your game. Now, there are several ways of doing this, but first of all you need to do a couple of things. You need to create buttons, images, okay? I've created exit and a start button. You also need to import these into your thing and make sure you set them to copies always. Okay, now the first way of doing this is you can drag a picture box out, then you can set the background image to your button. There we go, and position it that way. Then you create an event. So in here you type your method, and when you click on that, then you will then proceed to hide these images or picture boxes or whatever, but I'm not going to show you how to do that because it's not really related to my game engine as such, and you'll probably find that it causes complications because the buttons aren't sprite and you can't hide them and show them as quickly and as dynamically as what you would be able to a sprite. So what also you want to do is you want to create a BMP or image, a black dot pretty much. It's just a small couple of pixels and color black, and import it into your project as well. So anyway, show your code, and the first thing we need to do is load sprite start.bmp, give it a unique number, position it, and let's also, I'm not too worried about the positioning of these, they're not going to be centered or any of that. So let's load the two menu buttons. Okay, I was also, well, I've suggested that I used transparent layers in PNG images as well. You can do that. You can do that in any Photoshop or Paint.net or any of those programs very easily. You use a transparent layer. That's one feature of PNG images, which is really good. However, the reason I showed you how to use the image color key function is because it shows you how to use another command that's built in. And PNG images aren't always the image format you may want to use for whatever reason, so you now know you should be able to use, as far as I'm aware, a transparent layer in a PNG image as well, if you wanted to know that. So anyway, here we have our menu. Now we're starting our exit. Now these are sprites, okay, and when I was designing this game engine I didn't really think about designing a menu option, so there's no built-in commands as such on how to create a menu or menu buttons. However, there is certainly ways of doing it, and I'm going to show you how to. So let me just explain it first. Now there's a couple of ways of doing this. In this engine you can currently detect the position of the mouse, and you can also, if you know the position of the image and the width of it, then you can create an if statement saying, you know, when the mouse is clicked, if it's greater than this point, you know what I mean, width-wise, but less than here, and lower down than here, and you know, lower down than here and up higher than here, you know, do such and such and such. However, that'll take a long time, and it's, you know, there's better ways of doing it. So what you can do is there are built-in methods to detect sprite collision. Okay, so what you do is if we load our other image, the mouse one, okay, so it is just a wee small black dot, okay, and if we go down to your update function, we want it to follow the mouse. So if we move sprite Y. Okay, so what this does is every time it updates, it's going to move the sprite 3 to the position of the mouse. Mouse X and mouse Y are methods built into the engine that will return the position of the mouse. Okay, or should do. Oh, hang on, I have deleted something, sorry. By the way, I'm not sure if I mentioned this or not. I'm not. I was suggested that I added this onto the Pong game. However, adding it on to the game that's already finished would take a lot of recoding and stuff, and it'd be too hard to show you simply. So that's why I'm not doing that. However, if you want to reset the game, you should be able to put this in with quite minimal difficulty. And to reset a game, you simply have to reset the variables that you've created. So, for example, the position of the ball, the position of the two paddles, and that's pretty much it. I think maybe a few more, but not too difficult. Now, if you'll notice here, there's a black dot following the mouse around. That's a good sign, okay? So that's just right. Now, you probably don't want the black dot showing, so what you can do is use set image color key again, and it's 3 and color dot black. Okay, so now it's transparent. So, so far, we have oh, yeah, sorry, don't need that. We have created our menu. Well, we've loaded our sprites, positioned them, and we've also hidden our mouse move sprite. Now, what we need to do next is in here, we want to write if is mouse pressed. Okay, and this is a method that will return true if it's true. Okay, and sprite collision 3 and 1. Then let's just say we want to set sprite visible to false. Okay, so let's try this then. So whenever we click on, oh sorry, hang on, maybe I don't think I ever finished that command. Hide sprite, let's try this one. Hide sprite 2. Okay, that's not working, but message box dot show. See, I don't want to do this because I know that this will loop itself. So anyway, let's try. I'll show you this after. So that will be for our start. Detect whether the start button is clicked, and this will be to detect whether the exit button is clicked. Now, the reason why I'm gonna, if I click these now because it's on an update loop, then it'll repeat the message box loads and loads of times, so we don't want that. So we're going to create a variable up here, int click b equals or sorry, bool equals false. Okay. Then we want to make us what do I call it? Clicked. So this is just to show that it won't loop, and then so when we run this now, you'll see, okay, never mind, that didn't work anyway, but you see that when I click start, it does the thing, it shows the appropriate message. Anyway, sorry about it looping. Obviously you can make this suit your game. You'll obviously then hide these buttons afterwards, and you'll hide the buttons afterwards and then continue on with your game. But anyway, that shows you the kind of idea behind creating a menu system. So I hope that's helped. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and check out my website tutorella.com.